friends. Welcome to Walking with J.Beau, an almost daily walking vlog. Today we're going to take a walk around the 1793 Davis Cemetery is here. It's been here a long time. A lot of old gravestones, grave markers. We've been through here before. Ones like these are replacement markers for ones that were broken by vandals. So they got the graves put back, but you can see the original old ones that weren't broken. Don't know why people do that. Usually teenagers. But as you can see, this has been here for a very long time. So there's some people in here that died in the Civil War, giving us our freedom. And these go back to when this was part of Massachusetts in the 1700s. So most of the people buried here are original founders, the original Americans. Isn't that cool? So today we're just going to take a walk downtown, see what's going on. It's a little windy today, so you're going to hear some wind. I have you mounted on my hat. I also am going to do a periodic selfie view with the wide angle camera. I don't feel like unscrewing things and mounting different cameras and changing sticks. I also want to get some 360 video today. That should be interesting, especially on the bridge that crosses the river. I've been wanting to do that for a while. I did not bring the longer selfie stick, which was an oversight on my part, so I'm gonna have to figure out something else. But I do have a shorter selfie stick, and that'll work. That will work. Get through here without getting killed. As we look up Wood Street, Nickel Street, I mean. Wood Street is the next one over. I am going to have to watch for snatch and grab where I'm walking. I have to pay attention to my surroundings so somebody doesn't come up behind and snatch the GoPro off my head, which could happen. All these young people love GoPros. A real GoPro is something they would steal. They have very expensive ones, and they have some that are around $250. Those are the less expensive ones, but it's still $250, you know what I mean? So this is Wood Street. Used to go to school up this street. Now we're going to be coming up on an old car here from the 70s. I've been seeing this car outside this apartment for years. Many years. And recently it was gone for a while. I'm assuming they had work done to it. And they got it back now. They got a USA sticker on it. I believe it's a Maverick. Could be wrong. Something like that. Let's get the antique auto license plate. That's been around for a while. Look at that. So that's pretty awesome. But like I said, we've seen that car around parked right there for, geez, 20 years at least, or longer. That car has always been there. Now this used to be a place that I would come play pinball in. I think it was called Jean's Corner Store, I think. It's been a while. Could be wrong on that. After a while you just forget about all this stuff because you don't see it all the time anymore, and it's been 30, maybe 40 years since I've ever been in there. So I mean, not like it matters or anything, but now we're passing a place down here where there's a lot of homeless people usually. You can see the cart, the laundromat. Also should add, it's very warm today. It is about 84, 85, I'm guessing. That's what it feels like. But it feels like a non-humid 85. So it feels warm, but it's nowhere near being miserable. So we're gonna go for a walk. And you have a neighborhood emergency system here that the police have put in, which is good, which is that blue light that's right there. You go over there and push for help. Probably wonder if that works faster than 911 or not. So we get the Cora Temple. I'm going to cut across here. So get Black Cat cannabis. And this is another example where they want to try to urbanize, like San Francisco and all these other liberal cities, where they paint all these electronic boxes with flowers and artwork. I mean, I don't hate it, but you know, I wouldn't care if it was gone either. So we got the Shriners here, Cora Temple. They raise a lot of money for disabled children. and the like. Shriners Hospital for Children. So we've got somebody sleeping over here on the sidewalk, or is that just their belongings? Hi. Somebody camping out on the sidewalk. I'm gonna run down church here. Decrepit. Gone. Probably salvageable if somebody spent the money on it. Got all lives matter here, all lives. So we've got a lot of stuff going on with Chicago, specifically in Portland. I'll start off with Portland. We had another activist judge tell President Trump that he could not send National Guard, Portland's National Guard, to Portland, Oregon's National Guard, I mean. That's a temporary restraining order. That's going to get overturned because he has the authority to do that. And what's going to happen, and this will happen eventually, hope it doesn't get that far, but they are going to be under the authority of the federal government if they don't stop it, because the Constitution gives the President of the United States clear authority when local authorities are not doing their job to take over the city. We already saw President Trump win on the Insurrection Act in Los Angeles, and this is just a delay tactic by Democrats. Don't know if it'll be successful or not. It will temporarily. But an activist judge blocked the Oregon National Guard, which is fine, because that'll get overturned. And you know, the thing is they're going to get themselves in trouble with because they're going to lose on appeal. But the point being, they are obstructing ICE in the process. City of Portland is not taking care of that problem. They're not doing anything. They're letting these people hang out outside the ICE facility. Somebody got stabbed yesterday, cut, a journalist, and it's the same one that the Department of Justice demanded be released after he was arrested, because he is a journalist, just he's a conservative journalist. See the issue there? So they arrested him instead of the person that caused the problem, because people on the ground said, that guy did it, that guy did it, because they're doing that on purpose to get him arrested. So basically what's going to happen, and at this point, to be honest with you, I really hope I see it, because I don't think there's any alternative at this point. They're not going to they're not going to do it willingly, and they are obstructing ICE from doing their job. Constitutionally, President Trump would be able to institute a martial law type thing in the city of Chicago, whether they like it or not. As you can see, the Androscoggin River here, where it's dammed up. This is the old electricity generating hydro place, and they still do that, but not at the level they used to. So I don't know what they're going to do, but you know, President Trump does have the authority So I don't know what this is here, but we have an upside down cross, another upside down cross. It says atrocity. So these are, you know, those young socialist types, anarchists. That's probably been there for a long time, or not. It doesn't look like it's too new or too old. And it looks like something was painted over that was there before, and they just came back and did it again. So Saturn, whatever that means, with an upside down cross. So anyway, this is some of the old equipment used for electricity generating. So we're going to walk down past the Muhammad Ali statue. So, you know, specifically with Chicago, the Chicago mayor just screwed up. He just screwed up yesterday. He stepped in it. He's got Trump derangement syndrome, and he just done screwed himself. And what do I mean by that? Well, he signed executive action as a mayor of Chicago to have ice-free zones. There is no such thing as an ice-free zone. The federal government can go anywhere in the country it pleases to uphold federal law, and there's nothing the mayor of Chicago can do about it. He's going to lose on that big time, and all he's doing is he's giving Trump an excuse to send in the National Guard and declare an emergency in Chicago and usurp the local government and take over. That's all the mayor is doing. He's also inciting violence, where somebody did get shot in the leg after law enforcement was boxed in, and they defended themselves. They shot the woman in the leg intentionally as to not kill her. They're trying to be non-lethal. They had every authority for every single one of them to fill her full of bullets, and they didn't do that. So we see Muhammad Ali across the street. So with that, we had the mayor do that, and he, like I said, he's going to end up on the short side of that, because one, there's the 10th Amendment, and then there is also the duty of the President of the United States to maintain order when local governments are out of line and not doing it. So currently, right now, the mayor can be arrested for obstruction. There's 2 different counts he could be charged on, and I hope President Trump does it. So far, there's been a lot of talk from the White House about arresting anyone. Tom Homan has been saying we will arrest anyone, mayor, Congress, whatever, that is obstructing, but thus far they have not. They arrested a congresswoman for bumping into an officer, and she got indicted, and I'm sure she'll get a slap on the wrist. But the point is, an arrest has to be made because it is obstruction. So I just wanted to come look over here. There used to be a big giant mill right here, and there was a big giant mill fire, and that whole building got destroyed. And that was many years ago. It was a big fire. So anyway, we'll walk on down this way. So J.Beau is on a walkabout, and I'm sweating pretty good. It's hot. So, you know, I don't know what the hell is going to happen with Chicago, but I hope President Trump sends in troops, just does it. What's the mayor going to do with these ice-free zones? Are they going to arrest federal agents? They don't have the authority to do that. So they're not going to do that. This is just performative garbage, mainly for the media. So I would go down this really steep hill here. I'm gonna have to crab walk it a little bit, or sidestep, so I don't slide down the hill. There we go. So we came down here the last time we were down here. It was in the winter time, and there was flood damage. A lot of this stuff down here was damaged. So that plane right there is from the Ohio National Guard. That's what it says on it. I remember that from last time. Don't know how they got it here. On a flatbed, I would think, or they flew it on a transport plane to Auburn. I don't think they flew it here. So water is very low right now, as you can see. So this is one of my 360 shots I want to get down here. I'm going to do that in a minute. We'll take a walk through the Memorial Park here in a second. But I did drive by here when they were fixing this, and they had lifted up that big concrete thing that Jeep is on, because they had this whole thing was flooded with water, running water. So it carved out a lot of the ground, and they had to lift that big giant thing on a big crane that they had down here, fill it in underneath, replant, put the Jeep back on it, etc. Probably a lot of work. But, you know, I haven't showed that to you guys yet. I have not been able to get a single shot down here where we have tons of water running. Sometimes so much water runs over those falls you can barely see any rocks. I mean, it's just a whole wall of water coming over that. And we've not seen that for a while. And right now with drought conditions, you can see the height level on those rocks is down 2 to 3 feet lower than normal. So you can see the water level up on that wall right there. So there's no water. You see the pelicans. The seagulls. I call them pelicans, but they're seagulls. Those are the things that crap on your car when you're parked at Walmart. Hello, my friends. Doing a selfie view just to say hi. Primarily, mostly going to be shooting on the GoPro. But I just wanted to show you what we have here. pretty cool. Anyway, thank you for being with me today, and we need to honor our veterans. And one of my relatives is on one of these stones. I don't remember which one, but I'm sure we'll see him again. But anyway, actually two relatives. So we're here in Lewiston, Maine, on the Lewiston side of the river. I'm going to be walking over to Auburn and across the bridge, which they're working on it with equipment, so I don't know what side I can walk on. I'll have to investigate that when I get up there. But anyway, thank you for being here today, and I hope you're enjoying today's walk with me. So thank you very much for being here. All right, let's continue on. Hope you're enjoying today's walk. I want to go look at that tank. Then we're going to go up on the sidewalk, and then we're going to leave here. But I'm going to walk through here so you can see this stuff. But I shot a 360 video walking through here if you want to see things in 360. A lot of names on here. Seabees, National Guard, Marines. Yeah, that's a nice little thing here. We got a plaque in here to remember the Maine, the USS Maine. Very cool. One of our first naval vessels in the modern era, 1895. So right now we are going to go look at the tank, because I like the tank, and then we're going to walk up there. I like tanks. I like these old tanks. Look at that. So it's been painted. Looks nice. Looks pretty nice. The tracks were painted because they were starting to get a little rusty. So did a pretty good job. Let's see what this placard says over here. East Auburn Community Unit, in memory of all Auburn and Lewiston veterans. So it was donated by the East Auburn Community Unit. And I know this is old equipment, but how the hell would you like to see that coming at you on the battlefield? That would be wild. So anyway, I'm going to go up here now, walk across the bridge. I want to get a 360 shot while walking across the bridge. That's what I want to do. I bet you that'll look cool. So we'll go on up this way. Is there a sidewalk I can use? Is it open? It looks open. So again, I wish I had the longer stick, but I think this one will work. I forgot the long one at home like an idiot, but I think this will work anyway. I just need to hold it far enough away from me so you can get me out of the picture when you spin it around to look at something. I gotta make sure I hang on to it walking over the water. If I drop it, it ain't coming back. So this is Lewiston Auburn here, obviously. I'm recording with two cameras at once. And they're doing some construction. So right now I'm catching a little bit of that Rumford paper mill smell, probably because the water levels are so low. That's about 40 miles upstream. But this river used to be so polluted, and now there's actually wildlife living in it again, fish, and safe for humans to swim in, canoe in, kayaking, or whatever. When we came over here before, we were all the way down there on that little boat launch. Don't know if you remember that. So anyway, I just wanted to record down this way. We'll get across the bridge here and then I'll stop recording with the 360. This is a hiking trail that we did one time right here. Goes underneath the bridge. We went on that. And then over here in this little park in Auburn, frequently you will see politicians over here speaking, protesters, things like that. Seems to be a popular corner over here, overlooking Lewiston. So I hope you enjoyed today's 360 view. I'm walking with J.Beau. So my friends, hope you're enjoying walking with me today. And well, this is most enjoyable down here because there we go. So it's kind of nice to be out here and see this in the background here. I just wanted to say hi. I wanted to say thank you for walking with me. I enjoy that you watch the channel and you enjoy it. And I know sometimes these walks, well actually all the time, these walks are long, about an hour and a half to 2 hours. But that's how long it takes to do 5 or 6 miles. And I like to have a lot of non-editing. So it's kind of like what you would see if you would walk this distance. You can skip ahead if you want, that's fine. A lot of people do that. But mainly I just wanted to say hi and thank you for being here with me. Really appreciate it. And the channel is not monetized, so I just do this because I like it. And I hope you do too. So thank you for being here. Now this trail right here goes all the way down to the other side, and then you have to get on the street and then walk up a ways, and then you can cross the trestle over there. We've done that before, but I'm not crossing any trestles today. And we have gone up there before, and I'm not going to do that today either. Bird taking off there. Now it's going to land. I just wanted to go to a new spot. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to head back, walk back across the river. I think. Well, let's go down this way. Let's go down this way, underneath the bridge. See if we can run into any transients. Hopefully they mind their business. Jeez, that guy looks rough. Somebody else down here walking around talking to themselves. Boy, that must have some water coming out of there when it rains. Didn't even know that was there. I don't think I've ever been down this way. In fact, I know I haven't. Alright, we'll walk in to look at new things, I guess. We'll go up those stairs, we go back up to the bridge. Well, we're going to walk down here. And we've been down here before, because last time I came down this way, we actually had some homeless people down here. Hi, fat little squirrel. Chubby little bastard. So we're going to come down this way. Last time we were down here, there was a bag with some laundry, and somebody had their clothes drying on these rocks. Some homeless people were doing their laundry down here in the water. Might get a visit for some ducks. Well, the ducks are going to come visit. Oh, those are two ducks, but that's a loon. We have a loon directly in front of us with the white stripe around the neck. And we got two ducks behind it. So they're sharing the same water, and the loon is plunking its head onto water, eating bugs and stuff. See it? That is a loon. Either a loon or a goose. That might actually be a Canadian goose. Can't really tell from here. It's either a loon or a goose. There it is, coming out behind that rock. And it's just cruising around, not bothering anybody. So we came here before through that park across there, Simard Park, and we went down on that dock. So I'm only going to do 5 or 6 miles today, so I'm not going to walk all the way down there. But we're definitely going to walk up here. And after we get up here, I'm going to start heading back, because I still have a ways to go to get home. I got a feeling I'm walking more than 6 miles today. That's what it looks like. Quiet. Noisemakers. Some homeless people camping out there. What's that? No, I don't know you, sorry. So we're going to walk over here, then cross over. Like I said, this easily could turn into 7 or 8 miles today if I was going to keep going up straight and crossing back over the river that way. But I'm not going to do that today. I do want to take a second to talk about the last walk yesterday. That brought us to 1,004 miles on the year. So I finally hit the millennium. I believe the housing project is getting built. So I'm going up this way just to get my steps in. And on the other side of this, we'll come out where the courthouse is. Get the Auburn Police Department over here. Partially. It's actually up ahead a little bit. Police vehicles parked in there, so I could see a few police cars, but got a hillside down here. And again, today is about 84, 85. I don't know for sure, but I know I'm pretty close. It's definitely over 80. Yesterday was 82. It's warmer today than it was yesterday. So now, when Reed's gun store used to be around the corner here, I used to park in this parking lot often to go shopping there. But they moved. They moved further away. And we've got the police department here. Auburn Police. Popos. The Popos. There's the courthouse with the county jail. Is also on that in the back. There's a church also. So this is the infamous Court Street in Auburn. Now we're going to walk down this way and then walk back across the bridge. Auburn Police Department entrance. Just walked in front of the police department entrance. If you're ever in Auburn and you need the police, there it is, right there. Nutty Nettie's chocolate. Want to buy some chocolates? Whoopie pies. Walk across the bridge, beginning of rush hour with construction, so I'm sure everybody's going to be delayed. Of course. And we were just down there. Guy down there throwing a line. Guy sitting on the rocks down there just throwing a fishing line in. One time I came up on this box here that I just looked in, and it was full of syringes. Syringes, and no syringes in it today. And something I've not been seeing lately is syringes. The public has been complaining. City of Lewiston and Auburn, but mainly Lewiston, said they were going to uptick their policing somehow for that. I'm still not quite sure what they were doing. But they were also going to stop handing out all these needles. And I think a lot of the money for that came from the federal government, and they no longer have the money for that. So, I mean, I don't know if that's why I'm not seeing syringes, but I've not seen any for quite a long time now. A few months anyway. And it was pretty common before. So whatever the city of Lewiston is doing to remedy that, it's working. So hope you're enjoying walking with me today. Kind of fun. It's always nice to go out and get some exercise and walk. This is Mac's Car Wash now. Used to be Yvonne's. There is an Yvonne's Car Wash up Lisbon Street now, way up. So I'm going to walk down this way instead of just walking up that way like we always do. I'll go down this way a little ways and then we'll cut across. And I gotta make sure I keep talking so no copyrights get put on my video on YouTube, because it will after about a minute of airplay, I believe. So I'm going to talk through the music while I walk by. Nothing more annoying than you do all the work in your video, you upload it, you do all the editing, and then you get an email from YouTube saying there's a copyright infringement, and they offer you an option to fix it or re-upload the video without the infringement. And when they fix it themselves, it's kind of okay, because it doesn't last long. And I have the option of keeping the actual video background noise and just deleting the music. They can do that now. Or deleting all the sound. Or instituting a new song over that one with or without the background music. So it never comes out realistic sounding though, but at least, you know, they have the technology, the AI, to do that. Kind of interesting, I thought. So this is a company that's been here for a long time. Atlas Supply, sheet metal supplies. They used to be located further over that way though, when I was a kid. But I was actually friends with the guy whose dad that owns that. So I'm sure he's running it now, I would think. Just like my friend Milo took over his dad's business for a t-shirt printing place up ahead here as well. We're on Lincoln Street right now, if you're wondering. Farmers market. I'm not seeing any market open. I do want to see if there's a public restroom I can use. I know there is. I just want to see if there's one close, if this one's unlocked. I just need a damn hole to pee in, damn it. That's all I need. Well, it looks like it's not locked. And wish me luck. I'll return. I shall return. Oh, it looks like there's a lock on it. It's locked. Well, there's another one in the park there. I'm gonna have to do more walking. Son of a bitch. That's okay. I'm gonna do a lot of walking today. Want to enjoy the nice weather while we have it. friggin' hydrant here. Look at this thing. Hydrant's happy to see me. Showing. We have the rainbow crosswalk here. You can only cross on that spot if you are a gay LGBT person. That's the rules. Oh, we'll get restrooms over here. Are these unlocked today? Is the government shut down? Got the padlocks on the locks on the bathrooms? Hey, looks like I'll be able to use one. Glory, hallelujah. All right. The water levels in the canal are low. Certainly is a nice day today. Well, something I had not noticed before is if you look up there, this is Lewiston Police Department with two emblems on each side. That I had not noticed before, but there it is. Right off Lincoln Street, the Bates Mill complex. Looks like part of that. I don't know what they're doing up there. What are they doing up there? This is the old rail station. We used to have rails running by the other side of that. Came across the bridge we crossed there. People could get on a train. I wish they still had that, actually. They do in Brunswick. You can go take a train from Brunswick all the way to Boston or DC or wherever you want to go. Brunswick's only about 18 miles. So cut across over here as soon as somebody lets us. Here, police vehicles only. So that is a police station I did not know we had. How about that? Police vehicles only off Lincoln Street. There seems to be an entrance over there. So that is the Lewiston Police Department. I had no friggin' idea they were down here. Makes me wonder if they're still in that place across from Kennedy Park. Probably not if they get this over here. Maybe they're in both. I don't know. Might be a cool place to grab some lunch there on top of that restaurant. Grand Trunk Railroad. Police vehicles and employees only. The hell is this? A chicken head? Is that supposed to be a rooster or a chicken? I see a rooster drinking water. Is that what you see when you look at that? So there's a place called Manitou, I forget the whole name of it, but it's like this. It's definitely Manitou. It's a trail in Colorado. Now, it's one of the hardest trails to walk, and it's only about 1.19 miles. So you're probably thinking, how the hell can walking 1.19 miles be one of the toughest hikes? Well, it used to be an old railroad, and what they did was they had these rails on there, and they would send these rail cars down. I don't know if it was used for mining or what it was, but it goes from ground level up to 2,000 feet. So you heard that correctly. It goes from 0 at ground level up to 2,000 feet and 1.19 miles walking upstairs. These rail ties are stairs. They have little places to rest on the way up. I watched a couple of videos on YouTube of people, and they had to stop while they were going up. So you have to be in good physical condition to go up there. There's places to stop, and there's also 2 or 3 turnoffs on the way, where if it gets to be too much for you, you can veer off the trail and head back down. And they don't recommend coming down, because coming down is almost as much work because it's a very steep staircase. But I thought it was very fascinating. And it's just pretty amazing, some of the places out there to hike in Colorado. So I'll walk this way. I don't want to walk through a little Somalia up ahead. We did that before. I didn't like it at all, really. So anyway, we came down here one time. It was in the winter time. It was a good walk. So right now, my right hip is twinging a little bit. And it's the ligaments and muscles around my hip joint, not my hip joint itself. But anyway, I was talking about it a little while ago, and I got sidetracked, but we've come up on 1,000 miles yesterday, and last year was 1,339. Watching my back. Those 2 guys smell like weed and looked a little unruly. I try to avoid this neighborhood. Sometimes I like to come down here just to walk through it, because we grew up down here, and and now it's dangerous, and back when it didn't used to be. It used to be poor, but it wasn't dangerous. So that's the difference. Well, isn't that lovely? Don't know if you guys caught that or not. There was a guy sucking off another one right there in the parking garage. Smile, you're on candid camera. Got a feeling I'll be editing that out. You guys don't want to see that. Welcome to Lewiston, Maine, the Dirty Lou. Maine People's Alliance, liberal leftist activists. They got the rainbow flags in the plant. No on one, of course. Make billionaires pay taxes. Liberal leftist bullshit. What a sheet hole. I am no longer proud of my city of Lewiston. It's a shithole. Used to be a bank when I was a kid. Somebody started a trust fund for me there years ago, but it ended up getting spent on other things before I was even 18. Oh, good grief. Homeless person there. Oh, that breaks my heart. You know, for whatever reason, you know, somebody has an addiction, whatever the hell it is, mental issues, they should be able to have warm beds and food, psychiatric care, something. But a lot of them don't even want to participate in that. And they just want to be out on the street. Look, they're all over the place. Look at that.
I don't even know. Yeah, like, that's alright. That's alright.
Just pull up a bench and sleep on it, I guess. This used to be Victor News. Used to be Victor News newsstand. Well, this looks like some political bullshit down here, I'm sure. And somebody's doing some political junk. Mumbo jumbo. the media crew down here. They're filming it. Well, I don't know who they are, but they have their heads bowed in prayer, so that's good. Guess we'll find out. Not today, though. This walk's going on longer than I had anticipated, and that's what happens when you walk around and look at things. Now, this vehicle here with the funny headlights, that's an electric vehicle. Been seeing those lately. It's got a funny name. Forgot what the name of it is. Now I'm going to head back. Follow the footprints. More homeless people, more Walking Dead walking around. Jeez, parking meters got taken out of here, I noticed. Wonder why. Has Luke been around here? Has Cool Hand Luke been by here cutting parking meters, cutting the heads off parking meters? Cool Hand Luke. There's the old parking meter. Miss the old ones where you would turn the crank after you put a quarter or two in, whatever it took. Turn the crank. 15 minutes or half hour, whatever it was. Whatever the hell. Well, I've seen enough shithole for my liking today. Like to be a lot more positive, but you know, I come down here an optimist. You know, I'm always optimism, you know, I'd be an optimist. And then you walk around and look at it and, well, this isn't going to be fixed anytime soon. You can't unfuck what's been fucked. Kind of a weird apartment. See that? The whole building comes out like a wedge. Must be like a long hallway with a bedroom and a bathroom off it or something. Hey, how are you? Merry Christmas. Hurry across, squirrel. Hurry, hurry. You're gonna get smooshed. There's the emergency police box over here that we looked at when we walked by from across the street. So I'm gonna cut across here. Pucci's Pizzeria sign is still there, but I don't think they're open. Welcome to Lewiston. It's a fucking shithole. And there is crime in this neighborhood. I will be wary. Yo, yo. That guy was not looking. When you're walking, you gotta let people know. You gotta let people know. That friggin' guy was not paying it. Now this place here, the Blue Goose, this is still popular with college students. They come down here, and maybe a lot of them don't really realize how bad a neighborhood this is now. So, the Blue Goose. That's been there for a long time. That has been there for a long ass time. A lot of laundromats in this neighborhood because people can't afford to get a washing machine and dryer. And another copyrighted song. Go get him, killer. You want to be gangbanger? Now this is a Lewiston Bible Church, and a Bible church is a lot different than a Catholic church or other denomination, where a Bible church is just based on scripture. That's it. And anybody's welcome. Charlie Kirk used to say, find a Bible church. A Bible church. Purely Christian, based on the Bible. No Mormon stuff, no Catholic stuff, no this, no that. Just the Bible. Period. So I hope you enjoyed your walk with me today. I still have quite a ways to go, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off with you up ahead because, you know, it's same old ground you guys see all the time, and this video today is going to be long enough, really. because we stopped and looked at things. So no big deal, you know. Looks like we got a Michael Myers here on the corner with a Psycho knife, inflatable. Thanks. People turning out of the woodwork over here. Go through over here. You know, cut across. Thanks. It's a cemetery when we came in. So I'm about 5 pounds heavier than I was last month, according to the scale today, which, you know, some of that just could be water, but still a very low weight that I'm happy with. So in other words, it's really, who cares? I'm very happy about that. So anyway, like I was saying, we got 1,004 miles walked this year. It's going to be around, going to be over 1,010 today. And I figured out if I do at least 5 a day until the end of December, that would add almost 460 miles. So I would get my 1339. Now we're obviously, that is highly dependent on the weather. If we get an early winter halfway through November, then I won't be walking. So I don't think I'll make 1339 if we have a cold, harsh winter. But if we have a warmer than normal winter, I can get walks in here and there, and I can afford to lose about a week and a half to almost 2 weeks of walking and still make 1339. Now, do I have to make 1339? Certainly not. I don't have to do that. I'm only thinking about it because, well, my friends, we're going to sign off here. I want to thank you very much for walking with me today. I got quite a ways to go still, but I feel like this is going to be long enough today because of the sightseeing and all that stuff. Time is going to add up. So anyways, my friends, click like and subscribe, share the content. God bless President Trump, God bless the country, and pray for the president and the country, and to have these criminal cities, have those solved. Chicago, you know, Houston, Dallas, Los Angeles, New York, etc., so on and so forth. We need to clean up these shitholes, like the one we just walked through in Lewiston, Maine here. Pretty terrible. Pretty shameful. But anyway, thank you very much for walking with me, and we will see you on the next walk. God bless everybody. Thanks for walking with J.Beau. Bye-bye.